Hello all, Mikero Munch here, and welcome to my first ever YouTube and FIFA 18 video. It's going to be a career mode with my beloved Liverpool FC. I'm a massive fan of the club, even though they put me through the ringer. I'm sure all other Liverpool fans know exactly what I mean. Hoping to make this a successful one. It'll probably be a short series if I play as well as I know that I can. Obviously the ambition will be to finally end the 25 or 28, however many years it's been. Actually, I think it's since the year I was born, so it's going to be 27 years wait for a title. As you can see, we're selecting our pre-season friendly tournament. I went for the middle one because even though it's got 200 grand less, it's half a star less, so you would expect us to be favourites to win it, and all little helps. I'd rather win it and get the full amount of cash than get only halfway through and not get the full 8 million or so. Looking at the vision and expectations for us, I think they're pretty fair for Liverpool, to be honest. Although I have to say, as we go through, you'll see it, but the Champions League objective is ridiculous. For youth development, it's assigned 2 players younger than 20 years with greater potential than the players that play in the position at the moment, which shouldn't be too hard because our defence is probably like 72 rated. No offence, Asian. We have to gain 131 search sales, not much we can do about that. Reach the semi-final of the Champions League, which will be bloody difficult. Premier League, finishing in the Champions League, place top 4, win the FA Cup, and within 2 seasons win the Premier League title. To be fair, that's what I'd be aiming for anyway. So hopefully we'll do that. I'm pretty confident of getting in the top 4 again, although this year's more competitive than any. And within 2 seasons, increase the club worth by 10%. Again, that's not really something we can control by winning things. If you look at the squad that we have here, it's a basic lineup to start with: Mignolet, Moreno, Gomez, Matip, Klein, Henderson, Coutinho, Lallana, Mane, Firmino and Salah. It's pretty much as the Liverpool lineup from Rolf, minus Asian Lovren. Obviously, places that we're going to look to expand is going to be Gomez and Moreno. The left back and centre back positions are well documented problems for Liverpool. Also the goalkeeper, but I'm willing to give Mignolet or Karius a go. Definitely Karius, I think, because he's a bit younger. Mignolet's had his chance for me in a Liverpool shirt, and I'd be happy to get rid of him. The bench is strong with Emery Chan, Dom Solanke, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Gini Wijnaldum, Alexander-Arnold and Karius on the bench, but obviously he'll be taking Mignolet's place. Ragnar Klavan will be on the transfer list, I'm sure of that, so at the moment we will put him on, I'll tell you what, let's put on Ben Woodburn. It's been a busy summer of transfer dealings for us and plenty of leavers of the club. Bogdan, Mignolet, Lovren, Flanagan, Milner, Markovic, all on the transfer list, along Harry Wilson, who is also put loan listed, and in the surprise one I've also put Ings and Sturridge on the transfer list. Milner was the one that really caught me out. Versatile as he is, he's a bit older and I couldn't see myself using him primarily as a left back, and I don't think he's going to get into our central midfield. So the right idea was only to put him on the transfer list, and Sturridge is the other one. Again, too injury prone for me. We actually got a bid in for Adam Lallana from Borussia Dortmund, as you can see here. They were only going to offer 26 million. I wasn't willing to have anything less than 50. They weren't too happy with that and came out with 33, but we stuck firm at 50 million. And to be honest, I think we really pissed Dortmund off. The highest we could get him to was 35.2. I stuck at 50 million. He's one of our key players, and I'm going to use him all year. Guy threw a tantrum and wandered off, which is to be expected. And we start off the pre-season friendly with a 3-0 win over Fenerbahce. All the lads were in good form within this one, and we carried on. Markovic, a bid came in for him, 10.7 million from Newcastle. I've been waiting to get rid of him for ages, and I can't ever see him working Liverpool shirts, so I didn't bother negotiating. It came in 1.7 above his value, so we let him go. I also saw there was some interest in Koulibaly from Paris Saint-Germain, so we had to fight them off to try and get his signature. We went in to buy. Their original valuation was £51 million. We offered 35. They stuck firm at 51. In the end, I ended up offering 40. And funnily enough, they accepted it. 11 million cheaper, so I thought, God, that's a bit of a steal. We went on. The contract talks were pretty long, but eventually I think we managed to knock him down for a pretty solid price. In the end, I kind of gave in to the demands because he's that important to us. So 115 grand with a big signing fee was important to get him on the list, though. Villarreal were up next in the pre-season friendly cup, and we won that one comfortably 3-1, which guaranteed that we went through to the semi-final. Again, it was the midfield, mainly getting the goals. Henderson, Lallana, Coutinho. Birmingham offered £2 million for John Flanagan, which we accepted. Again, I didn't really want to haggle over the price. It came in above value. Usually it was above value, and it's not a very important first-team player. I'll happily go with that. Rumour was that Ben Davies was on the move to another club. He was one of my big targets. I really rate him in real life and wanted to get him. Me and Pochettino get very friendly. Easy. In this transfer window, we tried just to do a straight swap really with James Milner for Ben Davies, but they wanted 11.2 million as well as Milner. I wasn't particularly happy with that and thought we'll offer 6, as it was going to be way over Davies' value. They stuck firm and moved it down to 10.6. Again, we haggled a little bit. I think I ended up going to 8 million. And then Pochettino was quite happy with that. So 8 million James Milner for Ben Davies is fine. Wage again. We managed to do a little bit of haggling, knock it down. I think originally he wanted around about 70 grand and a whacking great signing bonus. As you can see here, I was haggling with him a bit over the price. I wanted to save as much money as possible because I knew it was going to be a really big window for us. But again, we catered to him in the end. Markovic went to Newcastle, so we'll be playing him later on in the season, I would imagine. Jonathan Tah, not much need. Then we got Koulibaly. Big bid came in for Spurs for Daniel Sturridge, and this was one I was really thinking that we could get a lot of money for. So as you can see again, me and Pochettino meet a few days later after the Davies one, and we go for 35 million for Sturridge. But Poch threw a bit of a tantrum. I think 35 mil for Daniel Sturridge is not bad value considering that his actual value is 21 million. But there you go. Final group stage of the actual pre-season friendly was against Athletic Bilbao, a team I really like in real life, and we finished 1-1, comfortably top of the group. We were looking for a replacement striker or a backup striker for Roberto Firmino. And in the end, I didn't want to go for any of the big guns because I think Bob can do us a job. But Breel, Donald and Bolo is a player I've really liked for ages. We submitted a £15 million bid. Schalke came back 15.8 and a selling clause of 10%. I can't see us selling him. Like I said, it's going to be a short career mode. So I just ended up biting the bullet and offering an extra 800 grand and a 10% sell-on bonus. Contract talks were pretty easy. He didn't want anywhere near as much. That's the best thing about not signing Premier League players in this game, is that if you sign from the Bundesliga and places like that, the wages are so much cheaper, even though they are going to the PL. We got him pretty much on the cheap, and I was really happy with that signing. He can also double up as a right winger. We had a loan offer come in for Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he's going to be my backup right back for the year, and actually might, by the end of it, may usurp Nathaniel Klein depending on how he progresses. So we rejected the loan offer from Leeds. Need to keep that young boy on there. We got a bid for Ragnar Klavan, and I bit off Roma's hand here. I would have accepted him to go for free, to be honest. Semi-final game we got against Trabzonspor, I think that's how you say it. And that was our semi-final game. We won that 3-1. Bobby with the brace. And in the final we met Valencia. I didn't bother playing it. I'd never bother playing the pre-season friendlies anymore. We played Valencia and we got a 1-0 win thanks to Adam Lallana, which was excellent. Ragnar Klavan got sold. There was interest in Olivier Giroud, who I was thinking about getting, but this boy was more important. Human Son, again, we meet up with Poch, and knowing that they wanted Daniel Sturridge, I offered them as a straight swap, which I thought they would actually take, considering the valuation between the players. But Spurs wanted 24.4 million and a Daniel Sturridge for Son, which means that they must value him at around about, what's that, about 45 million. I ended up offering 15 in Daniel Sturridge, and they took that. Bit their hand off for that. Wages came to be a bit of a thing, but we actually got him down from his original offer of 95 grand down to 88k, but we had to pay a bit of a big sign-on bonus and appearance bonus, but I'm willing to play it. I'd rather have cheaper wages. We accepted a loan offer for Harry Wilson to Carlisle, but as you can see later on, he rejects it, and I'm not really sure why. And we had some news that Loris Karius had got only a 7-day injury, which wasn't too bad at all. Albert and Moreno I ended up putting on the transfer list, seeing as we got Ben Davies in. There's no point having 3 quite good left backs. And then with these ones made me laugh. We got an offer from Spurs for Roberto Firmino and Milan for Philippe Coutinho. Spurs came at 38 mil for Roberto Firmino, which I thought was pretty good, but not going to sell him. He's too important to us, and Coutinho's not going anywhere. We fend off Barcelona for 120. I'm not selling him to Milan for 58.8 million. So after the summer signings, the team looks as follows. You've got Loris Karius in a goal as our number 1 for the season. Ben Davies will be at left back with Koulibaly and Joel Matip making up a much stronger central defensive partnership than Liverpool's is in real life. Nathaniel Klein will be at right back. The central midfield 3 will be made up of Coutinho, Lallana and Henderson. I think that's pretty much as good as nearly anything in the league, especially with Coutinho providing the real creative flair. And up front you've got Mane and Salah as inside forwards with Bobby Firmino leading the line. The bench is quite strong too. Got Emre Can, Breel, Donald and Bolo and Oxlade-Chamberlain make up the more kind of senior players, if you will. Joe Gomez is going to be a big player for us with his versatility around the back. Him and Dom Solanke, I'm looking to grow them quite a lot this year and use them hopefully in sub appearances. Same with Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. He's going to be crucial for us as the backup right back to Klein. And Heung-min Son comes in as well as our new signing. He's the oldest on the bench at 25. The reserves are strong as well. I mean, if you look at that, we've got Dejan Lovren, Andy Robertson, Mignolet, Woodburn, Gini Wijnaldum, even Danny Ings. You know, they're all pretty solid players to have. But without further ado, let's get into the first game of the new season with our new lineup. It's away at Vicarage Road. Really, really difficult game against Watford. Obviously, playing on Legendary, half length is only going to be 5 minutes. No sliders, of course. No need for that. I'm still getting used to Legendary on this game, so hopefully it won't disappoint. You'll have to forgive me for doing this post-com, but primary YouTubers' mistake when they're first starting off is that I did the match audio and you could barely hear my commentary over the top of it. So with that in mind, I thought it might just be easy to post-com it. Watford gave a debut to Suso, an ex-Liverpool player, of course. 35 million, which was a lot of money to spend on the young man. They lined up as Karanizis, Janmat, Kibasale, Prudel, Ziegler, Chalobah, Doucouré, Suso, Pereira, Richarlison and Deeney. No debut for Andre Gray, which I was a bit surprised at. We lined up with the 11 I just previously spoke about. So Karius, Klein, Matip, Koulibaly and Davies. Lallana, Henderson, Coutinho, Salah, Bobby Firmino and Mane made up our 11. And yeah, no, I was hoping for a really, really good start to the season here. We really needed to get off on the front foot. Liverpool are known for doing alright on the opening day, but this year we drew 3-3 with Watford actually at Vicarage Road. So I was hoping that wouldn't be a repeat of that. To be fair, we started the game pretty poorly. The first 5 minutes were all Watford, but then we managed to get a bit of a break on here with Adam Lallana, who knocked it out to Mo Salah, who cut inside. I was looking to unleash a shot originally, that didn't happen, so we moved the ball out to Mane here on the left-hand side. He cut a little ball into Firmino, and Prodal just clattered him from the back. I say clattered, it looks quite soft, but then when you actually watch the replay, you can see he comes right through the back of Firmino, who shielded the ball really well. And whilst an early penalty, which gave us a great opportunity to get stuck in and get our first goal of the season. As you can see there, Prodal's all over the place. He's all over the back of him, and Marco Silva will probably complain, but he can't really. For me, it is a pen. Bobby Firmino stepped up to have a crack at it. I'm not very good at pens on this, and to try and impress everybody, I decided I would take off the marker, and let's just see how that panned out. Originally, I was trying to go top right, and you can see where it ended up, so yeah, we missed a pen in the first 10 minutes, which was not ideal. Fortunately, we got the chance to put it right a few minutes later with some lovely little interplay here from Henderson to Firmino, and he lays a lovely ball through to Lallana, who just toe pokes it into the far corner and gets us his first goal of the season, and obviously our first goal of the season as well, as he goes off to celebrate with the fans. He's going to be such an important player for us this year. In real life, his form in the last 18 months has been excellent. He's such an underrated footballer. I was delighted when we got him from Southampton. Lovely little play from Henderson there, and Firmino with a great little assist and a lovely finish. I absolutely love the way that Lallana goes off here. Look at what Kabasele does to him. Just look how high he gets that left leg. But Lallana's focused on the ball the whole time. I have no idea how he didn't injure himself, to be fair. A few minutes later as well, we were really rampant now, getting on the go. Nathaniel Klein knocked the ball into Adam Lallana, who gave it to Phil Coutinho, did a little shimmy, got away from his marker in Doucouré and smacked one right into the far corner. It was an absolute beauty. I couldn't quite believe it when it had gone in. Already a contender for goal of the season. I absolutely love that celebration. I can't tell you why. I don't know if they've added it this year or if I just couldn't do it last year, but I absolutely love it. It might be a Phil's trademark one going forward, but it's a lovely little shift just to get out of his feet. And you can see it here, the way he drills and gets the curl on it. When you look at it from that angle, you wonder if Karisnis should possibly... I'm murdering his name. You wonder if the goalie should get anywhere near that, and you can tell that he probably should. It's still a great strike, but I'm a little disappointed on second viewing. You can tell that really any goalkeeper of real stature should be saving that. If Karius had let it in, I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be disappointed. We moved the ball around a bit more here. We were kind of going at will now. We were completely rampant, and Klein let in Salah down the right-hand side. He had so much room, and he had a great effort. It had just gone wide. It was a good block. You can tell from the replay here that this was actually travelling, and it was on its way. And considering how the keeper had saved that first one, it wasn't too good. We had the subsequent corner in. Koulibaly got a little flick in Lallana, just obviously getting the pre-drinks in, thinking the game's already done. He's already for his night out, because you can just see that lovely ballerina-like skill there to just throw himself to the floor. Unbelievable. Watford did have a few chances as the half grew on. They grew into the game a bit more. Richarlison did really well here to turn Klein, and he released Ziegler down the line. He gave it to Deeney, but Deeney ice cream scooped it into Karius's hands, and then we just got on the counter here. I don't think it came to anything. Lallana gives the ball off here. We give it to Ben Davies. He releases Mane, and I was trying to actually get it onto my right foot and bend it into that far corner, but instead he went with the left, and it's a pretty easy save for Kariusnis. He should be saving that. I don't have no idea if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, by the way. So apologies if for some random reason he's listening. I am sorry. They're a bit of a goalmouth scramble away from the corner. Manny hits one, hits two, and then they clear it out. And I was a bit disappointed that we couldn't make it free before half time and make the dominance count. But it was a pretty good half of football. We were comfortable. Like I said, the only shot that Watford really had was that Deeney effort that didn't trouble anyone. Suso very quiet on his debut. As even the stats there, absolutely dominant from us. They had one shot on goal, and that was the Deeney effort. We had 8, and 5 of them on target, which is pretty good. And so we kicked off the second half, 2-0 up, and hoping to add a few more goals and just keep a clean sheet. I really want to keep more clean sheets in the season. That's the most important thing for me. Lallana released Salah here down the right-hand side, and he played a lovely little 1-2 with Roberto Firmino. Salah then beginning to cut inside, and I thought about shooting, but for some reason I thought I'll give it to Mane and tried to square it, and it was awful. I should have either crossed it to him, but then that would have made the angle real difficult, or I should have just bloody had a crack. Coutinho here gets the ball out of his feet, smacks it around. It's a brilliant effort off the post, and Roberto Firmino showing some clinical striking instincts to be in the right place at the right time and tap in Coutinho's effort. I don't know if that counts as an assist for Coutinho, but he was sensational in this game. He orchestrated the play along with Bobby Firmino, and the two Brazilians are going to be crucial for us this year if we're going to win any silverware and bring it back to Anfield. You can tell there, Decore couldn't handle Coutinho all day. Great strength to muscle him off, and then Bobby almost actually put it right back at the keeper. I think he does here. It's just that the keeper's already down, but he's so close to saving that. I would have been livid if we'd missed it. We made changes. Bobby Coutinho and Lallana all came off for a rest, and we gave debuts to Dom Solanke and Oxlade-Chamberlain. Emre Can coming on. He's actually one of my favourite Liverpool players in real life, so I'm surprised I haven't managed to fit him into the lineup, but I just think that the three of Henderson, Coutinho and Lallana is just much stronger. Watford pressed us a little bit as the game wore on. The last 10 minutes, Kabasele was trying to make the most of Liverpool's weakness from set pieces, but he headed over. It was a good ball in, and he was unlucky not really to not get more on that. Maybe he was trying to loop it in the far corner, I'm not too sure. Salah then released Oxlade-Chamberlain as we looked for a third, but we gave the ball away. It was so poor, and then we had a 4-on-1 here. Joel Matip does really well to cut off the options, but Deeney comes through, and it's just an awful shot. That was about as threatening as Watford were in this game, to be honest. There's not much to be said for their attacking impetus. We didn't really give them a look in. It was a very, very complete performance, and I was really happy with it. And that's how the game would end. A comfortable 3-0 win away at Vicarage Road, which is nothing to be scoffed at. We were pretty comfortable throughout most of the game. We were poor in the last 10 minutes and gave the ball away a lot, but by then the damage was done. Koulibaly and Matip forming a good partnership at the back. They barely let Watford have any chances, and we were very, very solid. But the big three up front doing okay. Bobby was the pick of them. Him, Coutinho and Lallana were excellent throughout. I was worried about Bobby at the start of the season, whether he could be our 20 to 25 goal a season striker, but on this performance I have no real worries. He finished his chances when they came. Player ratings wise, we did alright. Obviously Firmino, Coutinho and Lallana did the business with 9s. The entire back 5 also got near 8s apart from Karius. Henderson played well at an 8.5. Salah and Mane were quiet. Chan and Oxlade-Chamberlain were very poor when they came on. Solanke didn't really have much of a look in, so a bit of work to do there, but they'll improve with time. Following on from that 3-0 win against Watford, we received a £27.8 million bid for Nathaniel Klein from Roma, which we have rejected. He's going nowhere. And then, you'll see us progress to the next game against Crystal Palace. It's at home. It's the kind of game that Liverpool struggle with in real life. Palace did have a good record there until the season, but hopefully I can put that to bed as well. There'll also be transfer deadline day, where I'll look to make some signings, depending on how much money we have in the coffers. If you have enjoyed the episode, please, of course, leave a like and subscribe. Share me a comment if you have any. Constructive is always better, if you can help it. But thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your time. All the best. And until I see you again, stay cool.